What's up, people? Alright, what's today? Well, this is an interesting one. Penguin Review, episode 3, 4, and 5. That's right. Doing a 3-episode review because I haven't been doing the reviews. I've just been watching them without doing the reviews. But like, oh my god, I just have to talk! Because, oh my shit, golly. It's just greatness. Greatness. Let's talk, people. I got my hot chocolate. Yeah, today is hot chocolate, not tea. Usually I have tea, but it's hot chocolate today. Anyways, that's besides the point. I spilled the tea then. No pun intended. Anyways, so episode 3. So episode 3, we start with Vic's, or Victor's, or Vic for short, Vic's flashback, and oh my god, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So we see his life in Crown Point, which is basically like the ghetto of Gotham. Pretty much, it's shit. And then we learn with the flood, it becomes even shittier. Anyways, that's sidetracking. Anyways, my point is, he's living with his family, and they're barely making enough to live, and he's even telling his dad, don't you want more out of life? Don't you want more money? Why don't you ask for more money? Try to work hard. And his dad's telling him, be grateful for what you have, at least we're doing better than before. And it's like, we're good. At least we're like, you know, we have a life and all this shit. You know? But it's not, is it wrong to want more? I don't think so. Why do people think it's wrong to want more? It's not wrong. You're not gonna get shit unless you work for it, or like, you know, unless you work for it, or like ask for it. Because you're just gonna get what you get. It's like, you know, you're worth more than what you're doing. No matter what, you can have more. It's not wrong. Why do people think that? Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. It's not bad to want more in life. I'm just saying, you know? If you want something, go for it. Just fucking go for it. Don't let shit hold you back. Don't. Even if you're stable. If you want more and you're already stable, go for that shit. Go for it. Anyways. I'm sorry. Anyways, besides the point. So, it's the night of the election. He wants to hang out with his friend, his girlfriend, and his friends. And yeah, his dad's upset with him because apparently one of his friend's cousin is like dealing with drugs and all this. Yeah. And yeah. Anyways. Yeah, and it's called Squid. Yeah, his name is Squid, and he has like a gang and all that. And yeah. Anyways, but his friend is not part of it. Apparently, is not part of it. Anyways, so he's up on the roof, just across from his own building, with his girlfriend and his friends, and then that's when it happened. And when I say it, the end of the Batman movie, when Riddler bombed the seawalls and boom, the flood just came. And the way they did it, it's painful. You just see it rising and it's just doom, the whole build. Yeah, man, it's just, and it's just so sad because he can see it right in front of him. He can see where his family is, like his own apartment, and it's just so sad. He's literally trying to call his mom to let him know, and then just boom, the one just, it's just so sad. So everybody he knew and cared for, decimated. Sorry. But except his girlfriend. Yeah. And then we find that out later in the present day. Yeah. When Penguin leaves with Sophia, because now we're teaming up with Sophia, and then she doesn't want Vic to drive them because that's what he said. That's what Penguin said he is now, his driver. And then Sophia said Penguin, what used to drive her, used to be her driver, and she wanted like old time. So they left. He invites his girlfriend to the place to hang out. Yeah. And she's trying to leave Gotham. So I think it was, and then yeah, so she's trying to leave Gotham, and then she's telling him to come with him. And he's too afraid. He's so afraid he's thinking Penguin's gonna kill him. That is so crazy. Yeah, man. That's actually crazy. So yeah, he's so afraid. And then he's telling her, I will talk to him. Just give me some time. And he gave her money to buy a ticket for him. Yeah, and it was money that Penguin gave him. Yeah, because Penguin said we didn't talk about salary. So now he gave him $1,000 a week. Yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah. So he's just practicing how to tell Penguin. That is actually insane. Anyways, now to Penguin and Sophia. So it turns out the shipment wasn't Alberto's. It was Sophia's. Yeah. Surprise, surprise! What? Yeah. So the new drug to revitalize the business wasn't his. It was Sophia's. And it was from Arkham. Yeah. It was a drug that they were giving them to Arkham. It's basically a pretty party time kind of thing. And it's like a fucked up thing. Crazy. So they needed people. They needed help, like to distribute, and they need like an organization to work with. Yeah, I think it was the Triad or like the Odessa. One of the organizations. They were talking to one of the organizations, getting them to work with them, and then they saying like, and then like they don't believe them, and then they're saying like the Falcons don't know nothing about this. It's just, and they were saying that Luca can't see nothing, like he doesn't want to, he's not a part of this. It's just us. But then they lied and said that Vidi is part of it as well. So they set him up to be sleeping, to be with Luca's wife, to blackmail him, even though he has already been doing that before, and Penguin already had it on as in the photos. Which was crazy. So yeah. So they set it up so that he's sleeping with Luca's wife. They can catch him, blackmail him into working with them, or like to call the organization so they can arrange a meeting with the organization higher up to work out a deal for a provider on this. Boom. Yeah. Bah. And they made the deal on blank. Okay, so they made the deal. Now So now they're in the club, the Iceberg Lounge, and yeah, they're giving it to the people. They're giving it to the people, and all the girls, and all the girls, Penguin's girls, his friend and the others are helping out to spread the drug, and it's like a business now, and Vic became the bag man, because he literally had it all in the bag and everything, and was giving out the drugs. Yeah. So at one moment in the bathroom, Penguin came in on Vic, and saw that his phone, it was his girlfriend telling him, "Where are you? Are you coming or not?" Because it was close to time for the bus to leave. And then Penguin got pissed at him, saying, "You were gonna leave me. You're gonna leave my money. You were gonna leave with my money for a girl." And he said, "It's not the money. It's not no." And then he's like telling him, "I don't want to be doing this and stuff." And then Penguin got upset with him and saying, and then he realized, "Oh, you're afraid." And he's saying, "You could have left all this time if you wanted to. Why are you being sneaky about this shit and all this?" And then he realized, because he's afraid, and he's saying, "Are you afraid?" And he actually got a gun and like was actually pointing at Vic. I swear, I thought Vic was gonna die. And he's like saying to him, "Is this why? Is this why you were so afraid?" And then he was just arguing with him, and he was even saying to him like, "Why would you want to leave? You have everything you want. I'm giving you money. I'm giving you a house. I'm giving you everything. Like, you know, like people like us, we need to work our ass off to make money. It's not fair and all this shit." And it's like trying to get into his head. And then he's saying, "Didn't you say you want to be better than your dad?" And all this. And he's just trying to get into his head. And then Vic literally took Penguin's car and was off for a moment. Yeah, he went, he took Penguin's car, and then he saw his girl, and he was thinking about leaving, but he didn't. Okay, then Sophia and Penguin were coming out of the club, and it's like, Sophia was asking him, "What happened 10 years ago? Why did you do it? Why did you rat me out and all this? Tell me the truth." And then Penguin literally said, "Yeah, I did do it, and I'm sorry, but I don't care that I did that. I would do it again." And it's like, yeah, I feel no regret. I did what I had to do to become higher and low. But I am sorry I betrayed you. I didn't know he was gonna send you to Arkham and all this. But like, I'm sorry for that. But like, I'm not sorry that I actually wanted you to get ahead. Yo, that's crazy. I feel like he actually meant that. The way he was saying it, the way he actually said it, it felt like he meant it. But it's like, it's all just playing. But it's Penguin, you don't know. It's all manipulations and all that shit. Anyways, yeah. Car pulled up. Turned out it was the Maronis. Yeah. And his wife came. Sal's wife came with them. And like, they pulled up on Penguin and Sophia. And like he was like saying, and like they were pissed and saying, like, "You betraying us," and all this. And like, yeah. And then Vic was coming back at this moment. He sees what's going on. They're actually like they're at a gunpoint, both Penguin and Sophia. Okay. And then Vic just came and bang, like crashed the car and hit the bang. And with that diversion, literally Penguin ran into the car and like they left. And he said, "Fuck Sophia," and they just left. You would think he's just saying that he doesn't care for her and all that, but that's far from the truth, because episode 4 starts with their point of view, because we didn't see from their point of view, because it's like the way they showed it at the end of episode 3, it's like he was having a touching moment with Sophia, and then she was saying, "How can I trust you?" And then he said, "I'll show you." And then after that, he just said, "Fuck you." You see what I mean? There was something missing. So this episode shows from their point of view. Now, so they're at gunpoint, and they are the Maronis, and then the Maronis said, and then Sal's wife said, "You betrayed us," and and then she spilled everything about what Penguin was saying, and then she was saying, I thought you guys worked together or whatever." And then she said, "Oh, so you didn't know that he killed your brother?" Yo, she literally said to Sophia that Penguin killed her brother. So that's why he was saying "fuck you" when Vic came and crashed the car. Anyways, yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, and Penguin is he doesn't even care about Sophia now, because he's just saying "I did this for us." I had to get the drugs from Sophia. He doesn't even care, man. Yo. So then, bang, Vic came, and then he's saying, "Fuck it," and they just went. Yo. Okay. So now, and he left her for dead because she was almost dying. She literally had to call her therapist. She called her therapist, the one we saw in the other episode last time, episode 2. So yeah. So this episode 4, right after that opening scene, because that was the opening scene, because it literally just continued from episode 3, it's entirely her flashback, Sophia's flashback, until the end of the episode. Yeah. Yeah. So this is Sophia's entire flashback. Alright? So her flashback, yeah. So she was in some charity event. So she was in a charity event to prevent suicide in honor of her mother, who committed quote unquote suicide. We will get to that, quote unquote. Anyways. So then there's this. And then we see young Penguin and young Sophia. Well, it's not even young. It's 10 years ago, so it's technically young, okay? But it's not that young, but you know what I mean. Anyways, yeah. So then. Yeah, I don't know what. So I don't even know what to say. So yeah. Anyway, so we see young Penguin, we see young Sophia. So they're leaving the charity event, and a reporter comes to Sophia saying, "Do you have a minute?" And yeah, she's talking to her because there's some people from the Iceberg Lounge that are quote unquote dead by hanging. Interesting. And this Sophia is nice, warm, and she's kind to Penguin. It's like Penguin's her friend and everything. Yo, you wouldn't even think it's the same Sophia that you see in present day. Yeah, 10 years ago she was different. Anyways, and she was had a good relationship with Penguin and all this, and they were friends pretty much. They were just chilling with each other and hanging out. Yeah. So anyways, so she gave her card, and Sophia said, "I don't talk to reporters and stuff." And then she gave it she gave in and went to see just randomly. she went to see just randomly. So she went to talk to the reporter. And then they showed her the pictures of the body, and they showed him strangulation. Okay? Yeah. And they were saying, even though they said hanging, it looks like someone strangled them and stuff. And she's remembering her mother. She's remembering her mother's flashback. She's remembering when she saw her mother's body. She was hanging, but then her nails were the same as how it was. And she remembers her dad having scratches. Yeah. Interesting. So she got suspicious of her dad and stuff as well. Yeah. Then Penguin told her dad that she went to talk to the reporter. So during his own birthday, she was called into his office by Penguin. Penguin said, "Your dad wanted to talk to you in the office," and then her dad's questioning her, saying, "Did you talk to the reporter?" And then she's trying to explain to her, "It was nothing. I was telling her to fuck off and all this. I told her I don't talk to reporters and all this." And yeah. And then her dad was telling her, like, and her dad was saying to her, they're trying to say that I was a murderer. They're trying to say I'm a murderer and say, yeah, and that they're saying that I killed someone and that I'm a murderer and stuff, and trying to prove it. And then she herself slipped up and mentioned about her mother, saying, "I saw your scratches on your hand, but it had to be from something else." Yo, he herself slipped up, and then he said, I'm gonna have Penguin take you home." And while Penguin's taking her, the police that's in his pocket came to arrest her. Yeah, to take her to Arkham. Yo, that is crazy. Yeah. It was so crazy. And then he's pinning it. And then he's pinning the murders. And then he killed, and then I think he killed also the reporter. Yeah, and they said that she's arrested for the murder of the reporter and the others from the Iceberg Lounge. Yeah, and then they sent her to Arkham because her dad and the rest of her family member, Vitti, Luca, everybody, Carla Vitti, John Vitti, Luca, and her dad and everybody gave testimonies saying that she's crazy, absolutely insane. The only one by her side was her brother. So they said it had to be. So she had to be sent to Arkham for 6 months until her trial. And then after the 6 months, she was denied trial. And yeah, and she was in Arkham all this time for 10 years. Absolutely insane. Yeah. And then they're showing her in Arkham. They're giving her shock therapy and like trying to electrocute her every time. Yo, absolutely insane. And she went through hell. Yeah, they set it up so someone can beat the shit out of her. They tried to make her into a villain, literally. And then eventually she just fucking cracked. And like, she beat the shit out of someone with like, in the canteen. She literally, like, there was like this one annoying person. One of the next cellmates of hers. That was so annoying. And it's like, it's some ditzy voice. It's like, I was thinking it was Harley Quinn. but it's another Batman villain mostly villain character, which is Magpie. Yeah. Anyways, I was thinking it was Harley Quinn at first because the way the voice is like that squeaky ditzy voice. But yeah, it wasn't. It was Magpie, and then she beat the shit out of her, and like she went like in the cafeteria. She got the tray and bang, and yeah. It was absolutely insane, and it's like yay. So they fucked her up. Arkham is what made her the woman she is right now, literally. Then we go back into the present. We see her waking up in Julius' office, and then she realized what the fuck she needs to do. She has motives. She has motivation now apparently, and up she went. She went to her house, literally back to the family, to the Falcons, and they were having dinner, so she didn't give two fucks. She came in a nice yellow dress. She just sat down in the empty seat and just continued, just acting like she's supposed to be there and eating dinner and stuff. Yeah, and she didn't care. And then she tried to make a speech, and she's saying, "You guys all sent me away for 10 years, making everybody believe I'm crazy and all this shit." And yeah. Then at night, oh wow, this is crazy. So she took her cousin's kid, the girl that we saw earlier that she was trying to say hi to, but her cousin was fucking scared of her to do that. So she lured her out and took her to the greenhouse so they slept the night there. And then she gassed the whole fucking house. And the next morning all you see dead bodies everywhere. Bodies. Nobody fucking waking up. Everybody dead. Except Vidi. She left Johnny Vidi alive. She opened his window so the gas would miss him, and she left him awake, and then in the morning she woke him up, holding him at gunpoint, saying we need to talk. And on point! Woo! Chills, baby. That was fucking chills. Yo, that was just chills. Alright. Okay, anyways. I don't know what I'm doing. I am waffling. Anyways, episode 5 was also on point. Nah. On motherfucking point. Alright, it was... Okay, how do I explain episode 5? Brother. Alright, here we go. How do I explain it? Alright, stop. Let's do this. So episode 5, where do I begin? Episode 5? Alright, where do we begin? So we begin with Penguin and Vic. So Penguin is burning his car and having some kind of a funeral for it. And Vic is trying to apologize, saying, "I'm sorry for destroying your car." And he said, "Nah, that's not a problem," and all that. And he said, and he's now ready. He's ready. He's 100 now. He's 100% in this shit now. He told Penguin, "Let's fucking go. Let's go." Yo, it was crazy. Nah, Vic is ready for this shit now. So it's yeah. So Penguin called his people. When I say people, I mean the people he worked with in their section, in his section. Yeah. So they called them up, and then he's showing them TikTok. Yeah, I know that's weird. So there's a TikTok video of Taj Salvatore's kid now. So apparently, this kid is the dumbest kid, exposing their asses, like just saying, we're gonna be the next big thing, you can't, and he's exposing their location, his location. So he's getting a tattoo in a tattoo parlor apparently, and it's like, yeah, so Penguin and the rest of them came up, bang, 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 and everybody dead. He doesn't even know what the fuck's going on, because he has headphones, like the noise cancelling headphones, and while the tattoo artist is doing his tattoo, and it's like, in the background you just see them coming in, bah, 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 popping everybody, is jokes, is actual jokes. And then he realized when the blood of the tattoo artist got on him, and then he realized he's trying to run, and then Vic caught him. Let's go. And like trying to show his loyalty to Penguin, beating the shit out of and he's like saying, do you know who my mom and dad is? You can't do. And then he said, I'm Captain, and he like stomped on his face. So he went to the prison cell, showing a picture of I got your kid now, and they're pissed. They're fucking pissed. The wife especially, the mother especially, the wife is pissed, saying he's not a toy to be playing with and all this shit. And he's pissed, they're pissed. So all this, he did this was to get his mushrooms back, because they took it from him. Yeah, all this was to get the mushrooms back that he took from Sophia. Apparently, yeah, the drug, yeah. So yeah. So then they saw on the news about the Falcons being wiped the fuck out. They're wiped out. And like, okay, so now back to the Falcons their mansion. So you see the police getting there and all that, and one of the chief police is, from the Batman had a cameo. Anyways, yeah, from the Batman movie made a cameo. Anyways, they're all wiped out, and they're all being suspicious towards Sophia. No shit. Makes sense, she just came out of Arkham. She's a murderer. But like, you know, they call it the hanger and all this shit. And it's like, quote unquote, Johnny Vitti is missing. So they said, do you know what Johnny Vitti is and all this? And it's like, yeah. And she said no. And all this. Anyways, and they took the kid away. I thought the kid would have been living with her, but like, yeah, they took the kid away. Anyways, so she went to the basement where she has Johnny. Okay, so she has Johnny Vitti there, in chains, and she wants to know where the money is. The money. All this for the money. Not just pay. Okay, anyways, she wants to know where the money is, and like, yeah, she's keeping it in chains and says it gets cold, and she put ice cold water on him. Yup. And leaving him and saying, I'm gonna leave you here until you talk. And and he's trying to, and he was talking about her mother. I don't know what he's saying, if it's truthful or not, because he was saying your mother was gonna leave Carmine, and it was because of me that she was with Carmine in the first place, and she was gonna leave him, but because of you and Alberto, she didn't leave, and all this. And I was waiting, and that night when she died, I was waiting for you guys I was waiting down the block for you guys. I don't know if that's true or not. And then he just said it, because the way he said it is like he resents them, like, for her murder, and he's upset with them for her murder and shit. And he said it's because of you fucking kids. Like, yo, that was wilding. Why would you do that? You know, she's already fucked up everybody, and aren't you scared she's gonna fuck you up? I'm just saying. Anyways, so yeah, she wants the money where the money's at. Anyways, yeah. So while that's happening with Sophia, let's get back to Penguin. Penguin. Yeah. So Penguin paid a guard to fuck up Sal. Apparently. Yes. And yeah. So while that was happening in the prison, someone was fucking Sal out for Penguin. Penguin was going to meet his wife Nadia, right? To give her kid for the mushrooms. So he came with the kid. The kid's wet. Why? And he has duct tape. We'll get to that. And then they came with the truck with his mushrooms. So yeah. Yeah. So Penguin was given the kid, and then it was a setup, and they tried to set Penguin up, and like you see the people shooting bang 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 bang, but Penguin and his people were shooting them back. And why is he wet? Yes, it was, wait for it, gasoline, and he had a lighter, and he lit them up. He lit him up. He did the lighter and threw it, and the fire is coming, and it burned through the kid, and like the mother was holding him, like she didn't let go. Well, and they both burned alive. Like sadistic, I tell you, sadistic. And it wasn't like he was doing it because they shot at him. He was already planning this shit. Before everything, you can see that he was trying to get his lighter. And that's why I think that's why he had tape on his mouth. Because he taped the kid. Yeah, I think so he doesn't tell her, like, you need to watch out. Like, so he doesn't tell her anything. Yo, that's sadistic. He's sadistic. And he even forgot about his mushroom for a second. And then when they remembered it was too late, they all died because it's like, I think it's so sensitive, and any change to the atmosphere, it fucks up. So they all died. There was only 2 buckets that survived, and they tried to so they saved the 2 buckets. That's all they were able to save. Yeah. Yeah, man. And then it turns out Sal survived. He got injured, they stabbed him, but he survived, and he took the key and escaped prison, and now he's calling Penguin saying, "You're cooked!" And it was so funny and ironic, because his wife and kid just got burned to a crisp! And then Penguin couldn't even keep it. He couldn't even keep it a secret. He said, "I'm cooked! Why don't you try calling your wife, see if she answers?" Yo! The disrespect! Yo, nah. Anyways, that was deep. So he knows he's fucked up. He's fucked because Maroni's after him now, and he already has Sophia on his tail. So he called Vig to help take his mother away, just to take her anywhere away. Somewhere. So they've gone to Crown Point. Vic and his mom, they went to Crown Point. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, and it's like, ooh. Anyways, back to Sophia. So now, Johnny Beauty told her, "You're gonna need respect. You're gonna need power." So I guess she let him out, and now she's taking charge of their of the organization, their men's, and it's like, yeah. So she came in the room, and you see everybody there, ready to listen to, and she straight up just said, "I'm the one who murdered the family." Straight up. Yeah. And she literally said to them, "You were shit. You were just cannon fighters. Cannon fighters." And it's like, you're a pawn in their games. And she said, "No more. I will treat you better. Yeah, and she said, my father's legacy is done. Right now, I'm taking my mother's name, Gigante. So now it's Sofia Gigante. Yeah. Yeah, so she's taking her mother's name, and it's like, yeah. And then, poor Johnny, Johnny Beatty had to speak up and saying, like, I think we get the message and all this shit, and had to make a comment, and then, BANG! She shot the shit out of it. She just shot him, just like that. Yeah. And it's like, head on the table, blood everywhere. Yeah. And now, that woke everybody up properly. And then, she took the bag of money and said, you see this? This is what you guys make, but they don't give you shit. And then she just tossed it on the table, on the blood, and said, go for it. And like animals, they all just, yo! Yeah, that's a mad. That's mad. But like, let's be honest, we would all take that money. Fuck off, yeah, we would. Let's just be honest. Anyways, yeah. So that is crazy. And she's basically saying, I'll treat you better than they did. So yeah. Falcons are all dead, really. And now it's called Gigantes. The Gigantes family. So yeah, pretty much. And now she's saying, I want to end the war between the Maronis and with the Maronis. Yeah, I want to end the war between the Maronis and the Falcons, even though the Falcons are all dead. Yeah. So she went to Sal, pretty much, and said, Penguin fucked us both over, let's team up to take him down. And I don't know if that's even gonna stick, what the fuck's gonna happen after they take Penguin down, but pretty much, yeah. That's literally what happened. And then, so now Vic, Penguin, and his mother are in Crown Point. They went to Crown Point, and yeah, and while Vic and his mom went to Crown Point, Squid saw them going into an apartment. Because it was his friend's apartment, the one that Sophia shot in the first episode, I think, yeah. And his cousin, pretty much. And Squid's cousin, pretty much, yeah. So Squid saw them. I don't know if they saw, yeah. I don't think they saw Squid seeing them, but Squid saw them. So I don't know if that's going to come into play eventually, because he sees Vic. Interesting. We'll see. Next episode, maybe. Something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. And then Penguin is like showing him the old underground system that him and his brothers used to play in, and apparently there's a light generator for the lights. It worked for 2 seconds and then it didn't work. And then he said, do you know what grows nice in the dark? Mushrooms. And they decided they're gonna make this their base of operations. Go underground. That's smart, actually, because now that he's being targeted, what better way than going into hiding until the timing is right, and then surprise. Let's go. So yeah. So yeah, he's going into underground for his base of operations to grow more mushrooms, maybe. Yeah. And that's the end of that. And that's good. And episode 6, I'm hoping, is going to be crazy. Because we have, what, 2-3 more episodes? Yeah, we have 3 more episodes, man. 6, 7, and 8. This is absolutely insane. Anyways, peace. Till next time.